Welcome back to Self-Care Junkies. Today we're diving into a topic that many of us wonder about but rarely discuss openly. How to tell if someone secretly hates you. Have you ever felt like someone might secretly dislike you but couldn't quite put your finger on it? You get that feeling in your gut that something's just not right, like when you walk into a room and the energy shifts. Or maybe they're all smiles to your face, but then you catch them rolling their eyes behind your back. Well, today we're going to uncover 8 signs that someone might secretly hate you. We're going to break down these red flags so you can learn to trust your instincts and navigate those tricky relationships. The eyes, they say, are the windows to the soul. And when someone can't even look you in the eye, what are they hiding? Now, I'm not talking about someone who's just shy. I'm talking about that person who seems to go out of their way to avoid making eye contact with you. They might glance away when you're talking, or always seem to be looking over your shoulder at someone else. They might even hold a whole conversation with you while staring at a spot just above your head. It's like they can't bear to make that connection to really see you. And that's because on some level they don't want to. They're trying to distance themselves, to shut you out. Think about it, when you're genuinely engaged with someone, you look them in the eye, you connect. But when you're not interested, when you're harboring negative feelings, you avoid that eye contact. It's almost like you're afraid of what the other person might see. So pay attention to that gut feeling. You know that feeling when someone gives you a compliment but it's not quite a compliment? Like they're trying to disguise an insult as something nice? That's a backhanded compliment, and it's a classic sign of someone who might secretly harbor some not-so-pleasant feelings towards you. It's like they can't help but throw a little dig in there, even when they're pretending to be nice. For example, they might say something like, "Wow, you look great for your age," or "I'm surprised you were able to pull that off." See, on the surface it might sound like a compliment, but underneath, there's a layer of judgment, a subtle put-down. They're trying to undermine your confidence, to make you question yourself. Now, some people are just naturally sarcastic or have a dry sense of humor, but if someone consistently throws these backhanded compliments your way, it's worth paying attention to. Because those little digs can really eat away at you over time. They can make you doubt yourself, question your worth. Let's talk about exclusion. You know, that feeling of being left out, like you're on the outside looking in. When someone consistently excludes you from group activities, conversations, or even just casual hangouts, it can be a big red flag. Now, we all have our own lives, our own schedules, and sometimes people just drift apart. But when someone goes out of their way to exclude you, when they make plans in front of you without even extending an invitation, that's a different story. It's like they're sending a clear message. You're not welcome here. They might make excuses, say they forgot to invite you or that it's a last-minute thing, but deep down, you know the truth. They don't want you there. They don't value your presence. And that can be incredibly hurtful. It can make you feel like you don't belong, like you're not good enough. But here's the thing. Their exclusion says more about them than it does about you. Is anyone listening? Communication, or the lack thereof, can speak volumes about a person's true feelings towards you. And when someone consistently seems disinterested in what you have to say, it's a sign that something's not right. Now, we all have our off days, times when we're distracted or preoccupied, but I'm talking about a pattern of behavior here. They might interrupt you constantly, change the subject when you're talking, or just give you that blank stare that says, "I couldn't care less." They might even scroll through their phone while you're pouring your heart out to them. It's like your words are just bouncing off of them, like they don't even register. And that's because, on some level, they don't want to hear what you have to say. They're not invested in the conversation. They're not interested in your thoughts, your feelings, or your experiences. And that's a pretty good indicator that they don't really value you as a person. So pay attention to how people interact with you. Criticism, the constant companion. A little constructive criticism can be a good thing. It can help us grow, learn, and become better versions of ourselves. But when someone is constantly criticizing you, picking apart everything you do and say, it's a sign that something else is going on. Now, I'm not talking about someone who's offering genuine feedback with your best interests at heart. I'm talking about that person who seems to revel in your mistakes, who magnifies your flaws, and who never seems to miss an opportunity to put you down. They might criticize your appearance, your work, your relationships, your parenting, your hobbies, you name it. Nothing is off limits. And it's never just a gentle suggestion or a helpful tip. It's always delivered with a sharp edge, a hint of malice. It's like they're trying to chip away at your self-esteem, to make you feel small and insignificant. And often this constant criticism is a form of control. By keeping you off balance, by making you doubt yourself, they're able to maintain a sense of power over you. Have you ever noticed someone mimicking your mannerisms, your voice, or even your ideas, but in a way that feels mocking or condescending? It's like they're making fun of you, but they're trying to do it subtly so you can't call them out on it. This kind of behavior is often a sign of insecurity. By mimicking you, they're trying to take away your power, to make you feel self-conscious. They might even try to pass off your ideas as their own, as if they thought of it first. It's a way of diminishing your contributions and making themselves feel superior. Now, some people are just naturally imitative. They might unconsciously pick up on other people's mannerisms or speech patterns, but when it's done deliberately, with the intention of mocking or belittling you, it's a red flag. It's a sign that this person doesn't respect you, that they see you as someone to be ridiculed. Rumors, gossip, and half-truths have a way of spreading like wildfire. And when someone is constantly spreading rumors about you, it's a clear sign that they're not on your side. Now, we all know that people talk, it's human nature. But there's a big difference between harmless gossip and malicious rumors designed to damage your reputation. When someone is deliberately spreading lies about you, it's usually because they're trying to make themselves look good at your expense. They might be jealous of your success, threatened by your confidence, or just plain mean-spirited. Whatever their motivation, it's important to remember that you don't have to tolerate this kind of behavior. If you find out that someone is spreading rumors about you, confront them directly. A little healthy competition can be a good thing. It can motivate us to push ourselves, to strive for excellence. But when someone is overly competitive with you, to the point where it becomes obsessive or unhealthy, it's a sign that something's not right. They might constantly try to one-up you, belittle your accomplishments, or sabotage your efforts. They might even copy your ideas or try to steal your thunder. This kind of behavior is often rooted in insecurity. They see you as a threat, and they're desperate to prove that they're better than you. Now, it's one thing to be competitive in a professional setting, where everyone is striving for the same goals. But when someone is constantly trying to compete with you in every aspect of your life, it can be exhausting. It can create a toxic dynamic where you're always on edge, always feeling like you have to prove yourself. So, there you have it, 8 signs that someone might secretly hate you. Remember, these are just potential red flags, not guarantees. But if you notice several of these signs in someone's behavior, it's worth paying attention to your gut instinct. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. And remember, it's important to surround yourself with people who genuinely care about you, who support you, and who bring positivity into your life. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.